It's crazy when you think about it. Lil' Kim was out here warning everyone about Diddy way back, but nobody took her seriously. She even tried to put people on about Biggie, and folks just laughed it off. Fast forward to now, and more celebs are finally starting to spill the tea about what they witnessed working with Diddy. Back then, it was mainly people like Gene Deal and Jaguar Wright telling their stories, but most people brushed them off as being extra.
Diddy told her he was going to kill Biggie. She knew it was going to happen. She was purposefully not by her husband's side that night. It happened, and she was told she had to lie about it. And guess what? That lie held up until that boy turned 18. And he started having ideas of what he wanted to do, what he inherited. Because the paperwork was set up for Faith to not be able to receive $1 from Biggie's estate unless it was for little Christopher. And she only had one child with Christopher. The other children who required taking care of and feeding and all of that, all of them couldn't be fed off of Christopher Wallace's money. They weren't his kids. See how that works?
Right.
Gene Deal even claimed that Diddy purposely brought Biggie out to LA just so he could get taken out.
How you feel about the people that say Biggie was asking for him coming to LA so soon after Tupac got killed, and him getting on the radio rapping Long Kiss Goodnight?
Man, you could get 100 people in the room, and out of the 100 people, probably 3 would say it was all right for Big to be in LA. 97% of those people would say he had no business in LA at that time. We all knew that. Why would Puff rent studio time? Come on, man, look. You gotta look at what people do, man. You know Pac just got killed. It ain't no kind of business Big was doing. Big couldn't even walk, he couldn't run. They was pushing him around in a wheelchair, brother. Why the hell would you rent studio time at LA for him to finish your album when in fact you got your own studio, Daddy's house? Let's keep it a buck. Let's stop this bullshit, man. Let's stop doing these interviews, man, about this shit. Cause people ain't getting it. He did not want the beef with the Crips. Puff ain't want the beef with the Dog Pound, Snoop them or whatever. Big started that beef. You understand what I'm saying? Puff ain't want none of that beef. So what I'm gonna do is, y'all want the sheep? I'm gonna put them out the pasture. Catch them if you can. If you the wolf, if you got that wolf in you, catch him if you can. Why in the hell you would put your man in a situation by sending him to Cali to work on your album when you know not his nimbus, but your nimbus was just by that you was running with? Why would you do that?
Same thing with Lil' Kim. People didn't take...
Same thing with Lil' Kim. People clowned her and didn't take her seriously. But with all the stuff coming out now, folks are finally starting to wake up and actually listen.
I'm more irritated with the fact that, you know, how the situation is going down, especially what Puffy is doing. Yeah, he's darn right about that. Puffy looks crazy right now. You know what I mean? That's why I said in my book for my show, Puffy, you should be ashamed of yourself. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to rock with anybody that hard, you should be rocking with Diddy that hard.
This is 50.com.
If you're going to rock with anybody that hard. You know what I mean? And you can never make another Big and Kim. That's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. Like, what? You kidding me? It's never going to happen. Like, I don't get it. But, you know, at the end of the day, like, Puffy is Puffy. I mean, you know, it's all about what he can do, what he can get from people. That's it. Puffy it's all about himself a lot of times, because he never really did nothing for me.
Back in the 90s, Kim and Diddy got tight after she linked up with Junior Mafia, the group Biggie put together. Biggie was actually the one who introduced her to Diddy. But even though Diddy was her friend and manager, he never signed her to Bad Boy Records. Why? 'Cause he straight up didn't think she had star power. He even told MTV that Kim was too pretty to be rapping, and that female rappers just didn't look like her.
How'd you guys hook up? How'd you guys meet?
Oh, we met through Biggie.
Yeah, we met through Biggie.
And it's funny because when I first met him, I thought he didn't like me because every time he saw me, he'd lick his tongue at me or he'd make a funny face. But then as the years went by, I saw how much love he had for me. So I love you, Puff, and I'm so happy, baby.
Now, let's talk a little bit about you. We hear all the guys screaming. I know the guys have groupies. The male stars definitely have groupies. Now, you must have. What kind of stuff do guys do when they come to your guys' show?
Wow, they do different things. I remember one time I was going to a show in Atlanta, and this guy came up to me and was like, "Oh, wow, little Kim," and he picked me up and threw me over his shoulder and started running out the airport. I was just really shocked. I wasn't really scared, though. I was just like, oh my God, did you see what he just did?
And what happened to him? No, we don't have to go there.
Even after Kim's first album Hardcore sold over 1 million copies, Diddy still refused to sign her. He didn't believe female rappers could move records like that. But her issues with Diddy went way deeper. In another recording, Kim said Diddy always did people dirty but somehow slid by because of his money and power. She revealed he never showed up for her during her toughest times, especially when she was locked up from 2005 to 2006 for perjury. According to Kim, Diddy never visited, never sent letters, and didn't even leave her a number to reach out.
Things for each other, but like I judge by what happens afterwards. When I was locked up, and here's where Puffy should feel really bad. When I was locked up, Puffy never put a $10 bill, a penny, a quarter in my commissary. He never wrote me a letter. He didn't try to come see me. None of that. I got people like Oprah. She wrote me 3 letters, right? She wrote me 3 letters and sent me 3 of her favorite books, which I love her to this day for that, because those books were so inspiring. And one of them, I'll tell you the name of the books later, but anyway, Tyra Banks writing me. Mark Jacobs wrote me every freaking day. He told me everything that was going on from when he first woke up to the end of the night. What does it take? Just to say, let me make sure somebody who was a major part of my family is all right. Like when you locked up, the one major thing is that makes you feel like, damn, this person really loved me and is on my side, is that when they just take the time out to do one little thing. It's not even the big things that matter, because it ain't the money. I was straight in jail. I had too much money in my commissary. When I came home, they had to send my money back. It wasn't that, but you could have came to see me one time. You could have wrote me 1 letter.
And if that wasn't enough, while Kim was in prison,
and if that wasn't messy enough, while Kim was locked up, Diddy started teaming up with her rival, Nicki Minaj. When people pressed him about it, he just brushed it off, saying Nicki was his artist now and he didn't work with Kim anymore, though he claimed he still had love for her. To make it worse, Nicki even threw shade at Kim in a track with Diddy's group, Dirty Money.
A lot of people in a certain way, we've been those cats that people have aspired to be. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't be around Nicki if I ever heard nothing ever negative said about Kim. You know what I'm saying? I never heard nothing like that. But then when it comes to just being an MC, that's when I gotta stand back. You know what I'm saying? Now, if they want to do things and be MCs, that's their business. I'm not with any negativity. I'm not with no beef. You know what I'm saying? And I love both of them. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, right now, Nicki Minaj, that's who my artist is. That's who I consult. That's who I do business with. I no longer do business with Kim on that level, but Kim will always have a special place in my heart. And it's like that. Kim is the queen. I mean, read in between the lines what you want it to be. It is what it is. Kim is the queen, and I love Kim. and Nicki's a queen in her own right. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly the way I feel about it. So don't twist my words. Don't make it no way it is or it ain't. That's what it is. And I think they should be doing records together, as a matter of fact, instead of, you know, doing anything that isn't showing unification. But yo, man, I can't preach to the choir. Everybody grown. I done been through my things, and everybody was like, yo, you went through your things. People got to go through their own things. And right now, it's that dirty money time. I spoke on that, and that's what it is. And it's a positive thing, and that's what it is. Be clear.
It's Hot 97, Funk Flex, Diddy, Dirty Money.
And I will never forget the times I had with Kim. And we can have some more times, because I'm still here. Shout out to little Kim. Shout out to Kim. What's up, Kim? Shout out to Kim.
For real.
And shout out to Nicki. Congratulations on those numbers, Nick. That's what's up. Let's go.
Kim also revealed that Diddy straight up blocked her from some major career moves. She said she almost landed a feature on Sisqó's Thong Song, which was a massive hit, but Diddy told her to play hard to get, and the chance slipped away. Kim believes he was holding her back on purpose. And that wasn't the only time. She shared that Michael Jackson himself wanted her on one of his albums after hearing her music. Producer Rodney Jerkins even told her that Michael loved her sound and wanted her on the project. But since Diddy was managing her at the time, nothing ever came of it. Kim admitted she was young and didn't know what was really going on, but looking back, she feels Diddy might have sabotaged the whole thing.
It's so crazy. Rodney Jerkins, he was working on Michael Jackson's album, and he was like, yo, I was playing Queen for Michael Jackson, and he was like, man, I love how she raps behind the beat, and it's so sexy. I was like, he said that?
What?
He was like, yeah. So I'm telling you that to say, we're trying to get you on the album.
Stop.
And I was like, what? I think I might, my leg is still trying to recover because I fell out the seat.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You didn't get
so
on
let me tell you what happened.
Okay.
Puffy was my manager at the time.
Okay.
And when we brought it to Puffy, Puffy was like, Puffy can be a little bit controlling because I'm like his little sister. So I don't know. I don't know if him and Rodney were going through something at the time, but it just never happened because I was a kid, so I wasn't handling my business. But I remember seeing Rodney and he going, yo, what's up? I've been calling and you don't want to be on Michael Jackson's album? I was like, what? Are you crazy? Of course I do. But I didn't know what was going on behind the scenes. So that was a missed opportunity, not due to anything I did, but like, it just, it was out of my control. And I really, 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 really just want to go somewhere and die.
And who knows? Maybe Lil' Kim knew a lot more about what went down with Biggie.
And who knows? Maybe Lil' Kim knew way more about what really went down with Biggie too.
Person to motivate you. He always wanted anyone to succeed. He always wanted everybody to have a better life for themselves. He was just hungry. He just wanted to make the album. If he could get 500,000 fans, he used to say, he happy. That's what he used to say. He was like a teddy bear. He was just so cudgy, and I thought he was really nice. And he had this way about him with women. He was different from and Ready to Die than Life After Death to me. He was a little bit more firm, you know what I mean? Because I guess he knew what was out there after that. He just got a little bit more mature and a little bit more business-wise. Big hated the fact that all of it was going on. He loved Tupac and everybody from the West that he had known. He loved them. He just knew that it was a bad thing when Tupac passed. He felt real bad. He knew that there were a lot of people out there that would probably be out there to get him, whether it's they wanted his money or whether they, just didn't like him because of the rumors. He knew there was people out there who wanted to get him, so he always felt for his safety. He felt the need for security.
Biggie first met Diddy in 1992 after Diddy read about him in a magazine and got impressed. He set up a meeting, and not long after, Biggie signed to Diddy's brand new label, Bad Boy Entertainment, in 1993. By 1994, Biggie dropped his debut album Ready to Die, and it blew up big time. But sadly, just a few years later, in 1997, Biggie was gone. Ever since, rumors have swirled that Diddy might have had something to do with his death. Some say Biggie was planning to leave Bad Boy, and that didn't sit right with Diddy. Gene Deal has even speculated that this could have been the case.
Why is he out there working on Puff album when you got the Hit Factory? You got Daddy's House. You got the place where Tupac was shot at, Quad Studio. There's plenty of places Big could have been. Why the West Coast? Come on, man. And then you got a half retarded niggas like Lil C. Big love. Cali. Big wanted his publishing. Big wanted his marketing. He knew he couldn't go nowhere and be who he needed to be without it. So if Puff would have told that nigga to go to hell with gasoline draws on, that nigga would have went to hell. All money ain't good money, brother. That's my take on it, man. I don't know if you like it or not.
But Biggie's wife at the time, Faith Evans, came to Diddy's defense. When asked about the rumors, she insisted there was no way Diddy had anything to do with Biggie's death. According to her, Diddy and Biggie had a bond even closer than the one she shared with her own husband. Faith explained that just because people worked together didn't mean they were plotting something shady. She added that if she or Biggie's family ever thought Diddy was involved, they would have taken legal action years ago. She said people tried to push them to sue, but they never believed Diddy was guilty. Still, a lot of fans weren't buying her defense. Some believed Faith was just covering for him. And back then, there were even rumors that Faith and Diddy were a little too close, which added tension between Biggie and Diddy. Jaguar Wright even went as far as to claim that Diddy hired Faith just to get to Biggie.
Diddy told her he was going to kill Biggie. She knew it was going to happen. She was purposefully not by her husband's side that night. It happened, and she was told she had to lie about it. And guess what? That lie held up until that boy turned 18. And he started having ideas of what he wanted to do with what he inherited. Because the paperwork was set up for Faith to not be able to receive $1 from Biggie's estate unless it was for little Christopher. It's funny, when you ask Faith how long her and Biggie was together before they got married, the story changes every time. It was 10 days, it was 20 days, it was this days, it was that days. I'm not saying that she didn't develop feelings for him. I'm not saying that she didn't care about the father of her son. I'm saying she was hired for one job. Her being involved with Pac in the midst of all of that. But she didn't know Pac was Pac. I mean, come on, none of this shit makes sense. What really does make sense is that Diddy has had a long career of using to trap Nick into making them do what he wants to do or using them to move them out the way. Struggling artists trying to make their way up, not getting the break that they needed. All of a sudden they stand next to the right guy, and then now you know that guy is dead and they're okay for life. Right. You know how many people in the business that happens to? Ask me how much different Faith life, her whole life career look. How does a woman with that much talent end up married to somebody like Stevie J?
At the end of the day, the truth about Diddy, Biggie, and Lil Kim is still tangled in mystery, lies, and power moves. Was Diddy protecting his empire, or covering up secrets darker than anyone imagined? One thing's for sure, these stories aren't slowing down anytime soon. Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the scandals shaking hip-hop history.